Hey everybody, it is so beautiful today. I wanted to just share some pictures from the garden before I show you the video with the items from the supply packs that are going out with the journal. I hope you enjoy the images from the garden, and please excuse the lighting in the video where I share the supply packs. I think it was just my hands under the camera and it was trying to adjust for the lighting. So I hope you enjoy this. Look at this. I love all these blossoms. They're kind of turning brown, but this camellia is so gorgeous. It is covered in blooms this year. And the man who gifted Jason with this years ago just died recently. He was such a nice man. He was in his 90s. And he and his wife were married for 73 years. Imagine that. That's the way it should be. Here's another little sign of spring that I love. Vinca. It's a little bit, the blossoms are a little bit curled up today. I don't know if it's because of the cold. I love listening to the birds. Grass is pretty. And I love the moss that's mixed in. This is a little spot I need to work on. We took the gazing globe down when there was some high wind, and the little rooster needs repair. But I'm so happy that these iris plants from my mama are taking off. My sweet mama gave me these, and I've planted quite a few. There's a line of them next to the workshop. There is another gazing globe. Can you see me? That's really pretty. Pretty. More signs of spring. I do not even know what kind of plant this is. I'll show you again when it really gets bigger and starts to bloom in the summertime. But it came from a great aunt's house, and it's very prolific. Not invasive though, it's just hardy, I guess. The wood pile looks a bit rickety. Looks like it might fall, doesn't it? Not sure what to think about that. Love my little pathway. It looks dry today. Doesn't take long for the ground to dry out under large trees. They take a lot of water. But I love the moss on my pathway. So pretty. I've always loved moss. Oh, I see some pretty here. Those little wispy pieces that grow. It's like a carpet for little fairies. I love it. There's another little spot that makes me happy. Mixed in under the trees with all the pine straw. These pretty daffodils. Here's my compost. Crows like to visit. They like the eggshells and the eggs. There's another beautiful sign of spring. So pretty. Love these. Such pretty little flowers. I like my bottle garden. You know, this temperature today and the sun shining, it reminds me of being little and going on walks through the woods, and Mama would always tell me to be careful for snakes because they've been quiet all through the winter, and when the sun comes out for the first few times, they love to come out and bathe in the sun. And it's true, I did see them sometimes in the woods, and I was always looking out for them, so I was never caught off guard. I like my little conglomeration of mushrooms. They're along a pathway I set up in the backyard. They came from the scrap exchange years ago, and I brought them with me here to Jason's house. This bed has May apples in it, and they came from a lady in Jason's family named Willora. So we put a little marker here to always remember her. And it looks like actually the May apples are starting to come through the ground. That's so exciting. Don't you love springtime? I love to see the plants when they start to come out for the first time. So pretty. Good morning, everybody. This is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm headed out to the post office in a little bit with the first 4 journals that were ordered, and thank you so very much. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to doing this series. I wanted to show you just a few of the fun things that are going to be in the little packs that go with the journals. I think I mentioned that there would be a 50-piece supply pack or ephemera pack. It's not all ephemera, so I should call it a supply pack to go with this series. And there are some really fun things. You can see some things spread out here on the desk. Gold safety pins, these are quilting supplies, I believe. They're fun to work with. They're so pretty. There are a couple of little cards here, Maya Angelou sayings, and full of words and poetry. That will be a lot of inspiration, that type of thing. I want to, as I mentioned, really work on livening up the pages and getting words on the pages at the same time. That for me was a little bit of a challenge. I want to try a lot of new techniques too. Well, when I say a lot, to me, I feel triumphant when I discover one new thing, but we are going to try some things that I haven't done before. Each one has one of these vellum envelopes. This is a business size. I don't see these very often, so thought that would be fun. And there's a paper flower. I love to use keys, and I was happy to find these keys that have this really nice writing. What does it say? P&F Corbin, New Britain, Connecticut. So it has an old look. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but we're going to be using that for different things. This, I'm just in love with this. Let me show you these. There is a company called artchicksstudio.com. They have these beautiful transparencies. They don't look like much until you put them on some light colored background. You have these beautiful images. So I'm going to cut these out, and everyone will have one of those. I purchased this. It was in some ephemera, and it's just beautiful. I feel like I was lucky to get these. I'm not sure that Art Chick Studio is selling these right now. I did look up the website. Helga Strauss, I think it was. Helga Strauss. She is an artist. She has beautiful work. It seems like at one point maybe she had an Etsy shop. I may be ignorant of something that everyone else already knows about, but I just fell in love with these. I wish there was a way to purchase more. At any rate, there will be one in every pack, and they're all different. So there are 3 playing cards as well. I recently found a deck of the Virginia Slims playing cards. You've come a long way, baby. And just look at the images for the royal suits, or the royal cards. All of these characters, just so much fun. So there will be one of these cards in every pack. It will be one with a character. And then there's a beautiful deck of cards from Biltmore Estate, which is here in North Carolina. Beautiful, large private home that's been turned into it's an attraction for tourists. They have just some of the most beautiful decorations, and it's really pretty. There are some stamps. Everyone will have 6 of these little paper covers from the vintage bobbins. These are so much fun to put over hole punches. Really pretty. There will be a paper element, and it will be probably about 10 pieces because it's 50 pieces all together. Each one is going to have some kind of card with a butterfly. It'll be just a blank card. it may be like that or it may be a little different. Each one will have some lace, and a piece of burlap, and some pretty stickers. Now this has a sticky back. I usually add a little glue to mine as well, just because that's the way I am. These little sweet charms came from the Dollar Tree. I'm just stunned. I don't often shop in there for crafting items, and I should. I go in there for other things, and I always walk down the craft and paper supply. Well, I do get some things in there. More like just paper envelopes and things like that. But wow, these are so adorable. They're so bright. So there will be 3 of these in each one. And this is a strip of the little sparkly dots that you can stick on. I always add glue. So each one will have a strip of those, and then a couple of cards with just some pretty yarn. This has an assortment of 4 different kinds. Look at that with the loops on it. So that is one, and then some pretty new eyelash trim. I thought that would be pretty with the cover of our journals. Everyone will have a little piece of hardware. We will do something with that. There's a piece of this heavy, heavy cotton. Reminds me of canvas. Each one has a piece of this pretty wallpaper with the fruit on it. So springy. And then each one has one of these bookmarks. I could not resist these. They're metal. They can be used as charms, of course. They have the hole cut in the top. We're going to do some fun things with this. So each kit has one of these. And then each kit has one of these really pretty file folders. I just love that. So, you know, the paper element, that will vary with each kit. But I think this is a lot of fun stuff to get us through the series. And of course, you can add your own. You will have to add some of your own things as well. And that's what's going to make it so fun. When I try something new and do a spread, then you just do your thing with it. And I appreciate so much the ones who are going to join me so far. I do think there will be others. I have kind of a small channel at this point, as everyone knows, so it takes a while for people to hear about things once I have them listed. But I'm so grateful my channel is growing, and I have so many wonderful friendships from just the crafting community, the art community. I love it so much, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's going to be my job to get these videos posted and have them ready for you so that when you want the next one, you can go to the next page, and it's your job just to enjoy the journal. You don't even have to do the series, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you so much. Just wanted to show you a little bit of this. Now I've got to go out to the post office, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.